Hey, what is up guys, Bonfiggy here, and today I'm bringing you guys probably my best gameplay to date. This is actually a triple MOAB that I got the other day playing some 6v6 domination on the map Hard Hats. Now, one of the problems that I've actually been running into when going for these triple MOABs, especially in 6v6 domination, is obviously when you're going for these triple or quad MOABs, you're going to have to be slaying the enemies, and apparently they don't like that, so a lot of the times they actually end up backing out. And one of the issues that I've been having is whenever they back out, a lot of the times they are in a party and a lot of people will leave, or they just won't join back, and I'll be on like a double MOAB at like 100 points. I've had this happen to me several times, and thank goodness it didn't happen to me in this gameplay until later on, but I think like 3 or 4 people backed out when I was on the 3rd MOAB streak, and it really did slow down the time a lot. Although these MOAB streaks, they were all really fast. They were all under 2.5 minutes, which was really impressive, I thought anyways. Now, I wanted to go over my class setup real quick. I was using the ACR with silencer extended mags, and I think the most important thing about this class was the silencer, because I was really deep in the enemy spawn. As you guys can see, they have C flag, and when they have C flag, the majority of the time they're going to be spawning at C flag, obviously. So the silencer, they didn't even really know that I was in here. Although I didn't run assassin in this gameplay, still they didn't call in many UAVs, so that was really good. And I wanted to mention that I actually had no support runners whatsoever in this gameplay. I didn't even have a single UAV called in. I was pretty much running blind. And I remember Insomulus did a video kind of like this a while ago where he actually got a knife-only MOAB without any support, no UAVs called in whatsoever, which I thought was really impressive, and I thought this gameplay was really impressive as well. Now, I did have the portable radar, which was a pretty big part of this class setup as well, because obviously the enemies, I couldn't really see them other than just seeing them in plain sight, so the portable radar kind of helped me point out where they were spawning and everything, and I kind of put it over towards this side of the map because there's actually a few spawn points in this building and then outside of the building as well, so that way I could kind of determine where the enemies were spawning, and it worked out really well because on Hard Hat you want to be spawn trapping them at C, and I was actually really deep in the spawn, and now normally it would have flipped if I was in there, but my teammates, they were actually kind of sticking over towards A and B flags, so I could kind of run up in here without flipping the spawn, and it worked out really well, and that's part of the reason why I was able to get these MOABs so fast. All of them were under 2.5 minutes like I said, but I found it pretty funny actually because the enemy team, I believe they had 2 or 3 support runners in this gameplay. As you guys can see, they have ballistic vests, there's the little indicators right there, and I still got the triple MOAB on them with no support whatsoever, so I thought this was definitely my best gameplay to date. Now, I was using the ACR, and I know it's an easy mode weapon, but either way, I still think that if I'm going to be going for a gameplay like this, I need to be using a weapon that I'm really comfortable with. Now, my best weapon is probably the MP7 because I'm just so used to it. That's the main weapon that I use, but the ACR is a close second. I'm really good with it as well, so I definitely do think that it works out pretty well. But I wanted to let you guys know that I'm actually starting high school tomorrow, which is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be my first year of high school. I'm going to be a freshman this year, so I'm not really sure what to expect. If you guys could just give me a little bit of tips for high school. I'm not sure if it's going to be a lot harder than middle school, like studying wise and that kind of stuff. I mean, I was always a good student. I always got straight A's and that kind of stuff, and I'm going to try to continue it. Now, one of the weird things is I actually post a lot more videos during the school year, and I'm not really sure why. It's just I kind of get a little bit sidetracked. I'm kind of bored. I don't want to do schoolwork, so I just do a video. Now, when I'm in the summer, I really don't post as many videos, which is kind of weird because it just seems like I have a lot more free time and I don't really know what to do. But, you know, I always end up doing something like weird where I just sit there and watch YouTube videos all day or just do something when I'm really bored. I never really make videos in the summer, and that's why I've been lacking with them lately. But yeah, I'm going to be starting to make a lot more videos now, and I got a lot of really great gameplays saved up for you guys. I actually have a few more triple MOABs, which I'm going to be spacing out here before MW3 ends, and then I have a knife-only MOAB, a few really good 100+ specialists, that kind of stuff, so look forward to that. But I was kind of wondering, I know a lot of you guys are actually in high school, at least from looking at my analytics and everything, if you could give me a few tips for high school, you know, just some pointers and that kind of stuff. I don't really know the building, I'm not very familiar with it. I'm actually new to this school system. I've only been here for 2 years since I moved, and that was pretty much the time that I started YouTube. But again, if you guys could just help me out with high school, tell me what to expect, that kind of stuff. And our high school is actually pretty good when it comes to drugs. It's actually pretty clean, which is a good thing. I'm not going to be doing drugs or anything like that for sure, but yeah, just let me know what to expect. I would really appreciate that, guys. But yeah, this gameplay, it's actually wrapping up, and I wanted to give you guys a few trips for going for the triple MOABs, because what I was doing in this gameplay, I was kind of pacing myself, and I was being 2 or 3 steps ahead of the enemy, which really did help. And I was also sound whoring a lot, I will admit that. I had on Sitrep Pro, and that perk, it's so overpowered, but it's so good at the same time, so I would recommend using that. And like I said, I was running blind in this gameplay, so you can't knock me off for using the Sitrep Pro perk. It kind of just helped me out a little bit, especially in this this building because it's kind of like a metal floor where you could hear them really well. Now, I actually was using some sort of acoustic headset and it actually broke, which is really unfortunate. It was probably my best headset that I've ever owned. It was probably even better than the Astros that I have now for sound horning and that kind of stuff, but the Astros, they do me just fine, and they're a really good headset as well. I kind of use them more when I'm live streaming and that kind of stuff, but yeah, this gameplay is wrapping up. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please be sure to leave the video a like for my very best gameplay that I've ever gotten. I would really appreciate it if we could hit 350 likes. That would be awesome of you guys. And also, if you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. I am going to be uploading a lot more often, like I said, especially once the school year starts. Again, I just get really bored and I try to do some videos as much as I can, so please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. But coming up here, I get the third MOAB, and what you want to do, you want to pace yourself when you're going for the triple MOAB. I kind of like to get my first one a little bit slower, just right off the bat by around 70 points, then the second one, give yourself about 50 or 60 points, try to get it by like 130 points, then at that point you'll have 70 points to go for the triple, and it just seems to work out really well. That's kind of the system that I use when I'm going for the triple MOABs. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Please be sure to leave me lots of comments, give me some pointers for high school, that kind of stuff, and I was really appreciate it. But that's pretty much it guys. I hope you did enjoy. Again, please be sure to leave the video a like. I would really appreciate it, and subscribe if you're new.